You start building the relationships like a give and take. That is also kind of semi-atheism. Be very clear. Only when you cognize Paramashiva, Ishvara is infinite, you are liberated. If you cognize Ishvara as finite, you will fall into some kind of delusion. Same way, Jagat. Jagat is infinite. Jagat is infinite. But when you cognize Jagat as finite, again you fall into delusions. You feel, oh, you have only finite time to be with Jagat, enjoy Jagat, celebrate Jagat, and you get into the greed or the fear of leaving, losing, fear of change, multiple kinds of delusion. You start building deluded mental setup when you cognize Jagat is finite. If you cognize Jagat is infinite, again you are liberated. The ultimate truth is Jagat is infinite. Next comes Jiva. Actually, if you spend little time, use your simple, straightforward logic, and you are seeking sincerely, in a matured way, you can even cognize Ishvara is infinite, Jagat is infinite, but you can't cognize Jiva is also infinite. No, that is too much, because the self-doubt, self-denial, self-hatred, the self-doubt, self-hatred, self-denial, I call it STHD, just like ADHD, STHD, self-doubt, self-hatred, self-denial. Because the STHD you carry is so deeply engraved in you, that has become such a strong pattern in you. You strongly believe your Jiva is finite. No. But the ultimate truth is your Jiva is infinite. I will give you thousands of Shastra Pramanas, and from my own experience, from Prasthanatrayas, Nainam Chintandi Shastrani Nainam Dahati Pavakaha Nachainam Kletayantyapo Nasoshayati Marutaha. Bhagavad Gita says, Listen. Ishvara is Akshaya, infinite. Jagat is Akshaya, infinite. Jiva is Akshaya, infinite. Knowing this three is infinite is moksha. Listen. If you cognize Jiva is finite, you fall into the delusions of various malas, anava, kanma, maya. Kiranagama says, Bhoktrutvam namayat proktam anadimala karanam abhilashastanav satyam satanuhu kena hetuna ragobi sanimitatvat pravruttaha purushasya. Lord said, verily what is said as bhoktrutva is due to the primary cause mala, which is eternal. If it is said to be that desire or attachment exists in embodied soul, which is the reason the soul gets embodied, therefore it becomes the reason for its embodiment. Listen here. You need to understand this Kiranagama deeply. Whether you cognize Jiva is finite or Jagat is finite, the mala starts. Sincerely meditate on these truths I am revealing. Step by step. See, fortunately, Paramashiva's grace, due to Paramashiva's grace, I studied the Shastras in a traditional way. In the Guru Sishya Parampara, in a very authentic Sampradaya way, I studied. So it has a very beautiful systematic way of removing the delusions and enlightening you. So as per that system, the very tradition, the very methodology through which I received this Shastra Pramana and Atma Pramana, my own enlightenment experience. I'll reveal it now to all of you. Listen sincerely. Ishvara is infinite. Jagat is infinite. Jiva is infinite. Jiva is infinite because anything finite cannot even seek infinite. If you are seeking something, at some point of your existence, that what you are seeking was part of you. Anything which you have not experienced, which was not part of you, you cannot seek. Be very clear, your very seeking shows that Jiva is not finite. Listen. Jiva feels suffocated when it cognizes itself finite, so and tries to break free from that suffocation, from that bondage, from that toxic feeling, because the infinity was, is its original state as undercurrent. Infinity, you can't seek which is infinite unless your core, your foundation, your original state itself is infinite, was infinite. And the next, you need to understand, if your Jiva was infinite, it has to be infinite even now. And almost every tradition accepts that Jiva manifested from Ishvara. The relationship varies. Advaita gives a different relationship between Jiva and Ishvara. It says it is pure oneness. Dvaita gives a different relationship. No, it is complete two different entity. Visishtadvaita gives a different relationship. No. In the beginning, when you are in delusion, in Maya, under Maya, it is too separate, and when the Maya reduces, Maya loses its power over you, it becomes one. Various. Shuddhadvaita describes the relationship in a different way. Various Upanishads, Shastras describe the relationship in a different ways, but all of them agree. Jiva manifested from Ishvara. So understand, Ishvara is infinite. How can anything finite manifest from infinite? No. That is why the first verse of the first Upanishad, Ishavasya Upanishad, starts with Purnamata Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. This is a Shanti mantra of Ishavasya Upanishad. From Purna comes out the Purna, and Purna exists as Purna even after the Purna came out of Purna. So how can finite come out of infinite? No. Jagat is infinite even if you start logically understanding the known universe is less than 0.0000000000001%. all known universe which you can know and which you can imagine. This is what is the conclusion by the modern day scientists. I can give you 100 reference. The known universe and the universe you can imagine. Even with your quantum physics theories of parallel universes, multiverses, with all of these theories, whatever you can perceive or imagine, all of it put together is less than 0.00000001%. Anoraniyan magato mahiyan jivas sada shakti madassa eva nityam vatto mukta iva pratitaha swatmanam nyatva shivatam rachet. Jiva is subtler than the Atman atom, greater than the great, ever the embodiment of Shakti. Through it appears, though it appears to be eternally bound, by ignorance it is liberated, knowing its true self, which is Akshaya. Akshaya, which is its Shivahood. The Sarvajnanottara Agamas, Mokshapada, 5th canto, 7th verse. It says, knowing that it's Shivahood, Shivadam, Nyatva Shivadam Vrajet. Knowing its Akshayatva, infinite, knowing itself as infinite, it is liberated. Listen. Jagat, which you can perceive, imagine, all put together is only less than 0.000001% of the actual Jagat exists. So it is literally infinite. If you even read Shastras, or even if you don't believe in Shastras, just read some of the scientists' references. I'll give you some references now. All the stars, planets, galaxies that can be seen today make up to just 4% of the universe. The other 96% is made of stuff astronomers can't see, detect, or even comprehend. These mysterious substances are called dark energy or dark matter. Astronomers infer their existence based on their gravitational influence on what little bits of the universe can be seen. But the dark matter and the energy themselves continue to delude all deduction. Overwhelming majority of the universe is, who knows, explains the science writer Richard Panek, who spoke about these oddities of the universe, of our universe in his lecture in city of New York. It's unknown for now and possibly forever. That is what is scientists are repeatedly saying. You can just Google and see how big the universe, how big is the universe. And you can, even if you don't believe the Shastras, read what scientists are saying about the universe. It is infinite. Jagat is infinite. Listen, when you start cognizing Jagat is infinite, all your fears about death will just disappear, dissolve. It will become irrelevant. You will not have the greed to exploit Jagat and quickly finish enjoying. That stress generated by the greed will dissolve the moment you know Jagat is infinite. Same way, when you know Jiva is infinite, your fear that you need to finish enjoying everything within this one life will disappear. This fear and greed generates the violence to exploit further your interest at any cost. Asura means who furthers his existence and his interest and his life at any cost. You become Asura when you believe your Jiva is finite. All religions which teaches your soul is finite and you have only one life or just few life. This one life theory is the reason for Asuratva, that at anyone's cost, at any cost, even at the cost of the nature, even at the cost of the earth, even at the cost of the Prakriti, you just further your interest and your life, which is Asuratva. The terrorism, militant missionaries and missionary militants, both conversion and terrorism, both is established on the concept of soul is finite and the life is only one, or just few hundred years. This one life theory, which is delusion and false, not Paramasatya, not even Satya in the Vyavaharika level. Forget about the Paramarthika. Even in the Vyavaharika level, it's not Satya. That one life theory forces human beings to further their interests at any cost. It makes them feel like you can exploit nature, you can exploit Prakriti, you can exploit other human beings, you can exploit anyone, anything. for your interests, to further your life and further your life's interests. That is the root cause of all militant missionaries and missionary militants, all terrorism and conversion. Understand? Cognizing Jiva is infinite, liberates you. Cognizing Jiva is Akshaya, Ishvara is Akshaya, Jagat is Akshaya, is Moksha. Listen, on this Akshaya Tritiya, realize all the three, Jiva, Ishvara, Jagat, is Akshaya. This is Moksha. At least start cognizing. Start cognizing this Jiva, Ishvara, Jagat, all these three are Akshaya on Akshaya Tritiya day. So this will just multiply, manifest. Because anything you start on Akshaya Tritiya multiplies, manifests more and more. It explodes. It becomes infinite. So, if you start cognizing Jiva is Akshaya, infinite. Ishvara is Akshaya, infinite. Jagat is Akshaya, infinite. This liberation, moksha, will start manifesting in you as Akshaya. This is Paramashiva's direct message from KAILASA on Akshaya Tritiya. Paramashiva's blessings to all of you to realize Jiva is Akshaya, Jagat is Akshaya, Ishvara is Akshaya, and manifest moksha on this auspicious Akshaya Tritiya day. Let Akshayatva manifest, infinite manifest. Mana eva manushyanam karanam bandha mokshayoho. Amrita Bindu Upanishad says, mind alone is the cause of bondage and liberation for humans. The mind which cognizes Jiva, Ishvara, Jagat is finite, is the reason for bondage. The mind which decides to cognize Jiva, Ishvara, Jagat is infinite, is the reason for liberation. So understand, mana eva manushyanam karanam bandha mokshayo. Mind alone is the cause of bondage and liberation for human beings. Miss Anjali Swami is asking, could you please give a spiritual perspective to the recent Pahalgam incident in Kashmir where so many innocent Hindus lost their lives? What should be the right approach towards non-violence? Listen. Miss Anjali Swami, I think I've explained in this satsang. I'll give you a straight answer. Asura, Asura means, that word Asura means, who furthers his life and his life's interest at anyone's cost, at the cost of anyone, he will further his life and his life's interest. He will not bother about others or nature or life. That person is Asura. So the Asura should not be allowed to exist and do this damage to others and the life. He should be contained, should not be allowed to cause any damage to others and nature is non-violence. Listen, ahimsa means not only you will not further your life and your life's interest at the cost of others and the nature, you will also not allow the asuras who does furthering of their life and their life interest at the cost of others. That is the real non-violence. The paramo, what our Shastra say, ahimsa paramo dharmaha. The parama dharma of ahimsa is for Brahmana. The swadharma ahimsa is he should not further his life and his interests at the cost of others' life and others' interests, and he should continue to teach this. Is the Brahmana swadharma. A Kshatriya should execute this. That is Kshatriya's swadharma. Vaishya and Sudras should support this. That is their swadharma. And this is what is ahimsa paramo dharmaha. Miss Anjali Swami, hope I answered your question. Non-violence for Kshatriya is to contain, stop all the asuric elements and asuras. Asuras are those who are trying to further their interests and their life interests at the cost of others' life and nature and everything. So, a Kshatriya should contain in any cost. The asuras should be contained is the ahimsa for Kshatriya. Teaching this truth and living this truth of not furthering your life and your life's interest on others' life and the cost of the others and others' life. Living this ahimsa, teaching this ahimsa is the dharma for Brahmana, but for Kshatriya, the ahimsa dharma is containing those asuric elements which are trying to further their life and their life interest at the cost of others' life. Pravrittincha nivrittincha janana vidurasuraha nasaucham nabisacharo nasatyam teshu vidyate. Those of asuric nature exploit others. Those of asuric nature do not comprehend the path of righteousness or restrain. In them there is no purity, proper contact, or truth. They exploit others through deceit. So, ahimsa for Brahmana, for Kshatriya, for Vaishya and Shudra should be understood. Then this situation, the terrorists killing innocent Hindus, can be addressed. These kind of situations can be addressed. Terrorism should be condemned in any form. I take this opportunity to condemn the terrorist attack done in Pahalgam on innocent Hindus, and we stand with Bharat, our Guru Peetam. Bharat is Guru Peetam for Kailasa. Bharat is Vishwa Guru and Vishwa Guru Peetam. Kailasa stands with Bharat, which is our Guru Peetam. Jai Bharat, Jai Hind. Sri Sandeepji also asked the question in the same line. I'll elaborately answer. Maybe I will dedicate one separate satsang to answer Sri Sandeepji's questions, as already the time for the satsang is over, and Sri Pavanji, Chief Editor of Big TV of Telugu channel, all your questions also I will answer elaborately with dedicated one satsang live for you. As you know, today already the satsang time is up. So, Sri Pavanji, I assure I will give a separate live satsang for you, answering all your questions, as the time is already late. The program time is up. We are running late. And Sri Sandeep ji, for you also, I'll give a separate live satsang exclusive and answer all your questions, I assure you. Maybe within next few days, we will schedule exclusive live satsang for Sri Sandeep ji and exclusive live satsang for Big TV. And I apologize to both of you for not answering all your questions today, as the Akshaya Tritiya program time is over. So with this, I bless all of you on this Akshaya Tritiya. Paramadvaita Praptirastu, Sarva Mangala Praptirastu, Arogya Praptirastu, Aishwarya Praptirastu, Sagalaishwarya Praptirastu, Dhanadanya Praptirastu, Santana Praptirastu, Dirghayushman Bhava, Arogya, Ananda, Aishwarya, Jivan Mukti Praptirastu, Paramadvaita Praptirastu. Let you all manifest, enjoy, celebrate Paramadvaita, Jivan Mukti, and all the auspiciousness. On this Akshaya Tritiya day, let all the auspicious things manifest in you. Akshaya, infinite. And today, you should receive gift from elders. So you will always be receiving gifts. And you should give dana to youngsters, so that you will be rich and wealthy to always give dana and gifts. With Guru, you should receive Paramadvaita Anubhuti. From Guru, you should receive Paramadvaita Anubhuti and give your bhakti. So your Paramadvaita also manifests infinitely, and your bhakti also manifests infinitely. With this, I bless you all. Paramadvaita Praptirastu. Blessings. Blessings. Be blissful.
Nithyanandam, welcome to KAILASA's Akshaya Tritiya celebrations. This day is the most auspicious day of infinite blessings where prosperity, joy, and success become inexhaustible. Akshaya, with the divine blessings of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Today we celebrate the Chitre Perugala Brahmotsavam, a grand festival celebrating the life, message, and glories of Devi Meenakshi Paramashiva Shakti and Bhagavan Somasundareshwara Paramashiva. Kailasa's temples proudly celebrate this festival with the living manifestation of Meenakshi and Sundareshwara, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashiva. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is the 293rd Guru Maha Sannidhanam of the Kailasa Paramparagata Shyamala Pita Sarvajna Pitam Madurai Samrajyam, the spiritual kingdom established by Meenakshi Sundareshwara themselves thousands of years ago. With the divine blessings and grace of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Kailasa's temples will be celebrating the Meenakshi Pattabhishekam on May 6th and the Meenakshi. Let us now come together on this auspicious day of Akshaya Tritiya and offer our worship and gratitude in the form of puja, understanding that puja is an activity performed by the brain to mirror the neurological activities of the higher vertical time zones. We will now offer our devotion to Meenakshi Devi, Somasundareshwara Paramashiva, and to the embodiment of all the gods and goddesses, the Sarvadeva Devi Swarupa, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, and his deities in Kailasa's temples around the world.
ॐ क्षीरोदन्वत्प्रदेशे शुचिमणिविलसत्सैकते मौक्तिकानाम् मालाक्लिप्तासनस्तस्फटिकमणिनिभैर्मौक्तिकैर्मण्डिताङ्गः शुभ्रैरभ्रैदरभ्रैरुपरि विरचितैर्मुक्तपीयूषवर्षैः आनन्देन पुनीयादरिनलिनगदा शङ्खपाणिर्मुकुन्दः ॐ शिवानन्दपीयूषरत्नाकरस्तां शिवब्रह्म विश्वामरेशाभिवन्द्याम् शिवज्ञानलग्नां शिवज्ञानमूर्तिं शिवाख्यामतीतां भजे पाण्ड्यबालाम् शिवादिस्फुरत्मञ्चमञ्चाधिरूढां धनुर्बाणपाशाङ्कुशोद्भासि हस्ताम् नवीनार्कवर्णां नवीनेन्दुचूडां परब्रह्मपत्नीं भजे पाण्ड्यबालाम् किरीटाङ्गदोर्भासि माङ्गल्यसूत्रां स्फुरन्मेखलाहारताटङ्गभूषाम् परामन्त्रकां पाण्ड्यसिंहासनस्तां परन्धामरूपां भजे पाण्ड्यबालाम् सहस्रदलपङ्कजे सकलशीतरश्मिप्रभम् वराभयकराम्बुजम् विमलगन्धपुष्पाम्बरम् प्रसन्नवदनेक्षणम् सकलदेवतारूपिणम् स्मरेच्छिरसि हंसकम् तदभिमानपूर्वम् गुरुम् अथ धूपः ॐ दशाङ्गम् गुग्गुलोपेतम् सुगन्धम् च सुमनोहरम् आग्रेय सर्वदेवानाम् धूपोऽयम् प्रतिगृह्यताम् श्रीनित्यानन्देश्वर परमशिव सोमसुन्दरेश्वर स्वामी समेत श्रीनित्यानन्देश्वरी परमशिव शक्ति मीनाक्षम्बिकायै नमः श्री सर्वदेवदेवी स्वरूपाय भगवते श्रीनित्यानन्द परमशिवाय नमः धूपमाग्रापयामि अथ दीपः ॐ साज्यं त्रिवर्ति संयुक्तं बह्निना योजितं मया ग्रहाणमङ्गलं दीपं त्रैलोक्यतिमिरावहम् श्रीनित्यानन्देश्वर परमशिव सोमसुन्दरेश्वर स्वामी समेत श्रीनित्यानन्देश्वरी परमशिव शक्ति मीनाक्षम्बिकायै नमः श्री सर्वदेवदेवी स्वरूपाय भगवते श्रीनित्यानन्द परमशिवाय नमः दीपं सन्दर्शयामि अथ नैवेद्यम् ॐ अमृते अमृतोद्भवे अमृतवर्षिणि अमृतं श्रावय श्रावय स्वाहा श्रीनित्यानन्देश्वर परमशिव सोमसुन्दरेश्वर स्वामी समेत श्रीनित्यानन्देश्वरी परमशिव शक्ति मीनाक्षम्बिकायै नमः श्री सर्वदेवदेवी स्वरूपाय भगवते श्रीनित्यानन्द परमशिवाय नमः नैवेद्यं निवेदयामि नैवेद्यानन्तरम् आचमनं समर्पयामि नीराजनम् ॐ साङ्ग्रहण्येष्ट्यायजते इमां जनरागुं सङ्गृह्णानीति द्वादशारत्नीरचना भवति द्वादशमासा संवत्सरः संवत्सरमेवावरुन्धे मौञ्जी भवति ऊर्ध्वे मुञ्जाः ऊर्जमेवावरुन्धे चित्रा नक्षत्रम् भवति चित्रम् वा एतत् कर्म सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणि नमोऽस्तुते सृष्टिस्थितिविनाशानां शक्तिभूते सनातने गुणाश्रये गुणमये नारायणि नमोऽस्तुते शरणागत दीनार्थ परित्राणपरायणे सर्वस्यातिहरे देवी नारायणि नमोऽस्तुते कर्पूरगौरम् करुणावतारम् संसारसारम् भुजगेन्द्रहारम् सदा वसन्तम् हृदयारविन्दे भवम् भवानी सहितम् नमामि भवम् भवानी सहितम् नमामि भवम् भवानी सहितम् नमामि। श्री नित्यानन्देश्वर परमशिव सोमसुन्दरेश्वर स्वामी समेत श्री नित्यानन्देश्वरी परमशिव शक्ति मीनाक्षम्बिकायै नमः। श्री सर्वदेव देवी स्वरूपाय भगवते श्री नित्यानन्द परमशिवाय नमः। कर्पूर नीराजनं सन्दर्शयामि रक्षाधारयामि। षोणाद्रीशावताराय ज्योतिस्तम्भस्वरूपिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम्। तत्त्वज्ञानप्रदाताय नित्यानन्देश्वररूपिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम्। मूलप्रकृतिरूपाय परमशिवशक्तिस्वरूपिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम्। दण्डत्रिशूलहस्ताय कालकालस्वरूपिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम्। आदिपूज्याय देवाय सकृत्पूर्णत्वरूपिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम्। सर्वाभयविनाशकाय शत्रुसंहाररूपिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम्। योगभट्टाभिषिक्ताय राजसन्न्यासधारिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम्। सार्वभौमैकवर्त्याय राजराजार्चिताय च श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम्। मङ्गलम् कल्पवृक्षाय मङ्गलम् ज्ञानदायिने परमशिवाय श्रीनित्यानन्देश्वराय मङ्गलम्। मङ्गलम् श्रीविद्याम्बायै मङ्गलम् कामदायिन्ये सर्वमङ्गलदात्री नित्यानन्देश्वर्यै मङ्गलम्। मङ्गलम् गुरुदेवाय मोक्षमूलाय मङ्गलम्। परमावताराय नित्यानन्दाय गुरवे मङ्गलम्। हरिः ओम् तत्सत्। सर्वम् भगवत् श्रीनित्यानन्द परमशिव पादुकार्पणमस्तु। ॐ नित्यानन्दम्।